This podcast reflects my personal experiences and reflections as an adoptee. I am not a therapist or a mental health professional, and nothing here is meant to replace professional support. Some of the topics I explore may bring up difficult emotions and memories. If you find yourself needing more support, I encourage you to reach out to a therapist, counselor, or trusted person in your life. Welcome to Coming Home, a podcast dedicated to healing through exploring and celebrating childhood memories in adulthood. I am the host, Augie Sanchez. So I'm a Gen Xer, and growing up, I remember, maybe it was not said so much. I kind of feel like it was, though. But I remember just believing that childhood memories really had no validation in my development, that they were just silly things that I experienced, but had no real relevance to my development of who I am now. Ever since I started recording these episodes, I've started to recognize how very impactful every single one of my childhood pre-United States memories are. My beginnings in Honduras, and how, even though I didn't have family to have these discussions with, even though I didn't have community to talk about with this, I didn't even feel safe enough to even verbalize what I really had been carrying for so long, that I didn't know that these memories really helped mold and shape who I am today and how I show up in the world, and learning how to verbalize those memories, giving them space to just grow into me, has really been such a healing journey. And I hope that those of you who are listening to this podcast, maybe some of you have been adopted yourselves and feel like you don't have any pre-adoption memories, or maybe those adoption memories or pre-adoption memories just didn't have space in your life to be able to be curious about them. Maybe you're a foster care survivor. There's many people in this nation who have gone through the foster care system who really haven't been given a voice to talk about their experiences and what that was like in development for them. Or maybe you just were in a home that was not really accepting of childhood exploration or development. Generation Xers, we were told to be silent. Like, you just show up, but you don't say a word. Like, what do they say? Be seen, but don't be heard. Something like that. So I really hope that this podcast helps some of you to start to tap in to your whatever that pre is. Mine is pre-adoption. Some could be even like pre-foster care, or even through the foster care system. If there was a family or maybe memories that were very special to you, start to become curious about those again. Even for those who didn't have a difficult childhood upbringing, but just didn't feel validated in your childhood, or just felt limited in your abilities to experience and to be curious about the world around you. now is that time. Now is that time to experience it and just continue to grow with those memories, celebrating them, embracing them, learning from them, and growing in them. So, this next episode is not so much a memory of Honduras, but it's a feeling, it's a sense, it's a smell, and I hope you enjoy. Some of my memories of Honduras are not visual, but are like hidden treasures in my body. One such memory is the smell of rich, nutty earth. I don't know what tree or plant it is, but there's a smell that when I smell it, when I inhale that scent, it transports me home. It's like my whole body just comes alive and I can feel Honduras. I can feel it in my bones. It is a smell that I search for when I go out or visit international stores. It is a wonderfully earthy smell that wraps around my soul and it invites me into a space I cannot tap into on my own. When I moved to the United States, there was this wicker basket that was brought back with me. I remember it was kind of like this blondish colored wicker, and it had green ribbon and red weave throughout it. It had a top and it was a little bit deep. I don't think it was very big, but it was big enough for me to lay inside. I would go into that wicker basket, put the top over me, and lay curled up in a ball, just inhaling the smell of home. I felt safe and comforted in that basket. It was the only reminder for me that I had of home. It was my sanctuary. When I think about it now, I feel a warmth that bathes me. It was my safe space, my secret place. I remember I had a little stuffed animal. It was, I don't know if it was an elephant, but it was a little animal that was sewn with patterns, and they brought it back from Honduras with me. And I would lay in that basket with that stuffed animal pressed against my chest. I would slow my breathing, hoping no one would find me, so I could just stay tucked in that moment, in that place of familiarity, that reminder of home, as I inhaled that sweet, nutty smell of Honduras. That smell is evasive. When I go to farmers markets or to the international stores or global markets, I always search for that specific type of wicker basket. Many times when I find baskets, I will smell them. I will smell them. And yes, I do get a few questionable looks my way. But what people don't know is that I am searching for that smell of home. I go on this hunt, sniffing around for the smell, and there have been a few times where I found that smell. Unfortunately, I did not have money at those moments to purchase the baskets. I was reading an article on Harvard Medicine, and it said that the nose holds clues to the inner workings of memory. Our mental health is even impacted by smell, according to this article. Smells can instantly trigger an emotional response along with a memory, and our emotional states have a very strong effect on our physical well being. I don't know about anyone else, but smells are so important to me. I tend to have candles burning in the house, and during the night, I have a humidifier with a mixture of essential oils running. But I still haven't found that particular smell that takes me right back home. I just love to inhale good smells, whether it's the scent of coffee in the morning, or a whiskey oak candle burning, or the natural smell of flowers. These smells help me to relax. I was recently listening to an adoptee podcast, and they were talking about smells of home. One of the podcasters said that they heard that birth families have distinct smells, a smell different from the adopted family, a smell familiar, a smell of home. Last December, I met my birth mother for the first time since I was adopted. When I reflect back on that moment, I don't remember a smell, but the pain of separation disappeared. I knew her. I felt her. I held her. Smell is interesting because it isn't like my other memories. I could see those. I could envision the moments. But with this memory of smell, when I find that sweet, nutty, earthy smell, it's like that sleeping part of me wakes up. A reminder from the trees, the land, a reminder from home. Is there a smell from your childhood that when you smell it, it warms your soul, transporting you to that memory or to that moment? What do you do to keep that smell active in your life? Continue with me on this journey of coming home. Even natural, or even soothing, sleeping. It's like soothing, sleeping. No, that's not it. Hello. If you find value in this podcast and you would like to support Coming Home, you can send a financial love offering to my Cash App, which is posted on this page. Thank you. All financial love offerings are greatly appreciated.